Okay, round one, we have the choice for playing first, and yeah, definitely keeping. It's a good hand. I guess we can open with the blue source because of counterspell. Alright, potentially goblins, in which we have a pretty decent sideboard against it. Alright, no 2-drop play, that's good. Slamming Ophidian. It is a goblin deck. Alright. See what he's digging for. Maybe Goblin Goon. Maybe Goblin War Chief. Goblin Settler. Alright, that's pretty good actually. So I may need to rescind my land in response, which does suck. Didn't want to have to do that. Ooh, Astral Slide. Not looking so good here, actually. Yeah, because if I exile that and bring it back, it destroys another one of my lands. And if I exile that, he gets another Goblin card. Both of those don't sound too good. So, may need to leave up rescind to bounce my land if I don't draw one here, especially. Screw that. I'm going to go deep on Ophidians. If he's playing Settler next turn, he's going to destroy a land, but then I don't see him blocking very effectively, so I think I can actually tolerate a Settler here. It is a little bit convenient, or inconvenient, I should say, for us, since we just showed him that we missed a land drop, which is not good. But double Ophidian makes me feel better. May need to just cycle rescind next turn. If we don't get the land. Ooh, counterspell, huh? Counterspell, you say? Probably want to leave up the counterspell. My opponent's got 6 cards in hand. This is fantastic for us. Got rid of 2 goblin cards. No cost to us. I still leave up rescind cycle if he doesn't play a spell, or if he does play a spell, I counter it. Goblin Matron. No, I think I'm going to let him resolve that one. That, to me, does not seem worthy of countering. Goblin Settler number 2. Alright, so we've got our actual counterspell target. Goblin Lackey. It's a bit more complicated. No, gotta counter this settler, so he's gonna get the lackey. I'm gonna have to leave back an Ophidian, which admittedly I'm not thrilled about. But see, we're gonna cycle into turn here, hopefully find a land of some sort. We did. Alright. So gonna attack with Ophidian. Yep. We're gonna pass. If he slams the settler, we'll counter it. So he's playing like Goblin Land Destruction. It's an interesting idea. If he tries to chain lightning, I guess I'll counter that too. So either settler or a burn spell so we can get with the lackey. Either one of those I'm pretty much forced to counter. If he plays Reckless Charge, it's not that big of a deal. I'll just trade my Ophidian for a lackey. Skirk Drill Sergeant's fine. Yeah, I'm actually okay with that one. Alright, well, obviously got to counter that one. Or else he'd get a free settler, so that's not happening. Alright, so let's see if we can get a white source here. Not quite, but this is still good. So we're going to Mana War, we're going to bounce his lackey, and then we're going to attack with both our Ophidians. And draw a million cards, and ideally a land. Guess I could have done that pre-combat, since he almost assuredly wouldn't block anyway. So we're going to draw a bunch of cards. Hopefully find a land along the way. We do. Still haven't found our white source yet, though. Well, I guess we did technically find our white source, but you get what I'm saying. So if he plays a big fat threat, I can still bounce it now or kill it. Got the Astral Slide, which is definitely coming out during sideboard for an exile, probably removal plus a little life gain. Although we don't get a ton of advantage from that. Beetleback Chief's pretty good. There is a white source. Gets us into Killer Whale range. So we'll play that. Although now I can Goblin Settler it again, but I think that's okay. So I guess I'll attack with Mana War. Seems like a pretty good trade to me, since he can't even use the ability. So I guess we'll pass And I can cycle rescind. We're getting towards this Mystic Zealot range. Yeah. Like if I find the white source, we're especially when he plays the settler at some point. Seems strange. I wonder if he's going to do the rights of refusal, or yeah, he could go for the rights here, and then the bounce is going to be devastating. Because he'll just basically empty his hand. But no, he just wanted to deal 4, oddly enough. Hulking Goblin. And Goblin Lackey. Alright. So let's bounce. Alright, this is what we're going to do. We're going to bounce Lackey. So he can't block. We're going to get in with our Ophidians. That's good too. And we're likely just dropping a Killer Whale this turn to just get a big fat threat online. So if he's got is Rights of Refusal even the rights card I'm talking about? I'm talking about that red card that the Goblin beat me deck, or the Goblin deck beat me with last time, where he discarded his entire hand and all of his guys get +1/+0 or whatever. Rights of Refusal doesn't sound right, but it was part of a cycle. Alright, so we are going to block. He's going to get to pay 3 and possibly get another Goblin card, but I'm not heartbroken about that. That's pretty bad luck for us, I guess. Well, he looks like he hit one of the best possible things he could have hit, unfortunately, but that's alright. So the play now is drop the Astral Slide, and then we just start scrying away all his tokens. And by scrying away, I mean, I don't know why I keep consistently saying scry instead of cycle. I have absolutely no idea why. But we're going to play the Astral Slide, and then we're going to cycle the 2 Radiance Judgments. Forgot to choose. Not exactly sure what that means. Forgot to choose. Forgot to choose. Maybe I'm just stupid and that should mean something to me, but it literally means absolutely nothing to me. Forgot to choose. No idea. Alright, so unfortunately, he got us pretty good there. So we're going to drop the Astral Slide, and then we're actually looking pretty good. Just going to chill this turn, because where you see 2 falters, there's likely 4. So this would be a good turn for him to falter, so I'd like to leave up all of my cycle effects. I do think that we can win the long game, though. Very interesting. Okay. So the priorities of what we're killing. We're gonna kill this guy. We're gonna kill these two guys. So we're gonna kill these two guys. Although maybe, and then I can cycle choking tethers to, or I can cycle Radiant's Judgment to exile the Skirk Drill Sergeant, giving him no value from that. I'm actually going to do the 2 tokens instead. Even though I can technically exile them, this just seems like a turn I don't want to get blown out by that rights card. So I'm going to block like this. Not going to give him the opportunity to get value from Skirk Drill Sergeant. So we cycle here, exile this, yes. Draw a card from the Judgment. I think I'm just going to cycle this one too and get rid of a token. Just because it's basically just free card draw anyway. So we'll exile a token. Draw a card. More cycle. Very good. So basically we take 2 damage, kill a bunch of stuff. We're still aware of a Goblin Settler in his hand. Not much else though. Mystic Zealot at this point is actually active, so we've got a 4-mana 3/5 flyer, which alongside our Killer Whale I would think would be enough value to seal this one up. Alright, so he kills an Ophidian, but no big deal. Still in pretty good shape. So yes, I don't particularly like Astral Slide in this match, but other places perhaps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana at our disposal. I can do the Mystic Zealot and then tap down his team. I think I just attack with the Killer Whale because we're going to tap down his team anyway. No block. Drop the Zealot. And then pass. I mean, technically, I don't even have to... I honestly don't even have to do that. I can just let him attack again and use Choking Tethers to get value. Just cycle, exile this thing again so he can't use the ability. So I don't even need to tap down his board. Just going to leave up some cycling effects. Seems like an odd attack, but okay. So I guess I didn't do the value on the Skirk Drill Sergeant like I should have. Let's see what he hits. Double Drill Sergeant. It's pretty good value. It is pretty good value. Alright, so at this point, tap team. Get in. Draw more. Deal some damage. Play a land. Leave up choking tethers. 4, so we've got 9 mana, which means we can do Scrivener plus, yeah, that is pretty insane. So we'll tap down everything but the Goblin General. So I wouldn't mind trading it. Actually, I think you should have just attacked with it, because I would have probably taken it in retrospect now that I think about it, but maybe not. I still think I'm going to dump the Astral Slide, even though it has been beneficial in this game. He's just got too many enters the battlefield dudes. I don't know why he didn't do that pre-combat. So he gets a Falter, which goes to his bottom of his library. So he's playing just Falters for days. So no longer have any need to attack with Ophidian, so I think we're just going to do the guess we'll just swing Zealot and Killer Whale, pass, or Scrivener getting back tethers again. Yeah. Can't pay for it. Play Scrivener, leave up choking tethers, and then pass. It's a lot of dudes, no doubt. Tap all those. Give flying. Get in for 6. Guess technically I could just swing the Zealot, but this is okay. So I still have 9 mana at my disposal, which means 4, 7, cycle, exile something. Yeah, so we'll get another blocker. And we'll leave up Choking Tethers as well as Rescind Cycle. This dude's got a lot of gobs. Alright, so Tethers, we have to make sure we hit the general this time. Let's also hit... I guess the tokens are just kind of pure value, aren't they? But no, let's tap down the tokens. Actually, maybe not. Well, guess it's a bit late. So we'll tap those guys down. He can swing. And then we've got the rescind cycle to get rid of whatever last one we need to. Alright. So got game 1. Opponent is mono red gobs with tons of falters. So exiles I'd like to bring in. I didn't see any removal spells, which makes shelter and shelter less necessary in my opinion. Let's get rid of the Astral Slide. I guess we can get rid of 1 Radiance Judgment for an exile. Alright. Exile's not the greatest against him, but it's still pretty good. Same with Astral Slide. I mean, obviously it performed reasonably well against him, but I mean, I guess I could also do a Reviving Vapors. But let's just go on the removal plan. I don't even like Mana War against him all that much, but technically I guess it kills a token, maybe sets him back a little bit. Maybe I want the Aqua Amoeba actually. That seems fantastic against him. Basically blocks everything in his deck, killing most of it. So we can get rid of the other Radiance Judgment. He never had a guy with 4 or greater power the entire time. So, okay. I think I'm okay with this. Seems reasonable. Let's try it. This is a good hand. Having the Stoic Champ into the Imperial Armor is pretty good too. No turn 1 Lackey. Always makes me feel pleasant. I think we're just going to go for the Stoic Champ Imperial Armor plan. That's a pretty good plan. I think that's going to be tough for him to race as well. I think I would have attacked there. Maybe I don't need to do the Imperial Armor now. If he's leaving up like he's got burn. Oh, he just wants to block and then do the I see. Well, screw that. I don't like that. I'm going to do Ophidian instead. All right. So now I believe we just rescind his Skirk Drill Sergeant, and then he can't attack. But if he plays 2 creatures next turn, he can definitely attack, so I don't think that's a good idea either. I could actually rescind the Goblin Goon and then attack both. That actually I like a lot more. I'm going to do that. So we're going to rescind the Goblin Goon, and I'm going to leave up the White Source to cycle the Secluded Step if he blocks. So good value reaped here for sure. We cycled, our guy got bigger, he doesn't get value from the Sergeant, he has 1 less creature, he has to replay the Goblin Goon, we drew the card from Ophidian. A lot of good things happened this turn. Ooh, a miss. That is good news. And a concession right away. I accept happily. Always take those frustration concessions. As frustrated as I get, I'm pretty proud that I don't early concede that much. So that is patting myself on the back there. As pissed off as I usually get, early concession is something that I think is just really stupid. All right. Deck performed well against mono red gobs too, no less. So that's pretty awesome. I'll see you round 2.